Happy New Year, everybody. I'm a little late at the game with this, but I just saw a second video from a reader in our community. So Elizabeth, the More Intuitive Tarot, and then I saw Kristen's today. She's Kristen Louise. They did participated in the end of the year tarot tag. So I thought I want to jump in. I want to do this, and I know there's probably been a couple more of my fellow readers in our community that have done this. So um, this is a lot of fun. I really wanted to do this. So great, great concept. End of the year, it's a couple, second day after or whatever of the New Year's. So everybody, I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season, whether you celebrated Yule, just whether solstice, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, just many blessings to everybody during your holy season, and so, or spiritual season. So let's get to this. I have most of my decks out. As many of you know, I'm getting ready to move within the next couple of months. And so I'm kind of trying to start to pre-pack my decks away. But I have really noticed, and I'm trying not to jump ahead too much because this is part of an answer for one of the questions, is a lot has changed for me in my channel this year and with the way I read and how I read. And so let's get into it. So most used tarot deck this year. That I would have to say is the Hush Tarot by Jeremy Hush. It was actually a tie between the Hush Tarot and my Artist Decoded Tarot, which I will get to in a little bit. And so Jeremy Hush did an amazing job on this deck, and it's typically, again, like one of the questions in here regarding style of artwork. This fits also under that category, but this is one of those hashtag so-and-so made me do it. So Aries Girl Tarot, Allison, and Ginger Faye's Tarot and Musings. Oh my goodness, I saw these two ladies using this deck, and it just ended up growing on me, and I absolutely love the deck. So a little bit quick about Jeremy. He is apparently he is a musician. He's been in several punk and heavy metal bands in the past, designed the banners and posters for his band. I'm not sure which one it is. I haven't fully researched that yet, and others. And his work was all created by hand using natural pigments, ballpoint pen, just really gorgeous. And it's for those of you who may not know who I am, I should have started right off. My name is Heather. My channel is Indigo Jaguar. It's had a couple names, and it probably will likely go through a new name change this year because of all the major changes coming up in my life. However, I am an artist first and foremost, so that really reflects a lot into this type of decks and styles and things, and with the cards that I read. And so when I see a deck like this, I can totally appreciate from an artistic point of view, being an artist, what to go into creating it, and just showing just a few cards. And there is going to be some nudity in my video. I have a couple decks that have nudity, so if you don't like that, then I maybe not recommend watching this video. But otherwise, let's move forward. Just sharing a few. And what I love too about Jerry, not only is that did he hand make this deck, but he uses a lot of animals, nature, death, decay, and it's modern, but yet it is still connected to the symbolism and the meanings behind, the traditional RWS. And his love of nature is very evident. Very different perspectives too in writing, in the artwork and in his writings. I always love to share and read from the books when I do my readings as well. We all know the basic understandings of and symbolism, the meaning of the cards. But I love to read from the book as well because the writer's insight sometimes gives that little extra. So one of his books are the ones that I go to. So that would be my most used deck of the year, along with my Artist Decoded, which again I'll share a little bit later. It is an AI deck, and I know there's a whole hubbub going on about AI decks right now, but this is a truly well done deck, and I'll get to that a little bit later. So those two would be the main decks that I have used this year. So going on to the second question is the least used tarot deck. Least used would probably have to be, well, I have several. My way and take on reading has changed over the years. The Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. Lots of nice arts. Really haven't used it this year. Let's see. I have quite a few. Again, a deck, the Star Tarot. Lovely artwork. I don't resonate with all the cards anymore. So those are just a few under that I no longer use. And let's see, most recent addition to my collection. I have two, and those two are also going to be a part of the pairing. So my most recent for my birthday is the Fyodor Pavlov deck, and this is another shout out to Allison, Aries Girl Tarot. I saw her use this. She got this she got this last year, and I just really love the style of the art. I love the beautiful line work, the ink work. I like the basic colors. Now, people know usually my artwork is full color. I love the use of color, but I can also really appreciate an artist who really understands how to use line, how to use minimal color, how to create space, how to create depth, and his language, his vision. I just really enjoy these cards. It's also gender inclusive. It has an individual with disability in here, different ethnicities. Just a very progressive deck, I can maybe say. I do love, I don't know if it's right here. Oh, my favorite card in the whole deck, and I should have probably, here, I'll just open up the book because they have the pictures in the book. I absolutely love the Fool card. And I think this is the card that really made me want to get this deck. Usually it's the High Priestess, but for me in this deck, it was the Fool card. And what I love is, I just love the whole Harlequin. I love her. It just reminds very much of me when I was younger and I had the short dark hair. But look at this. Look at that little black kitty. For those who don't know, I have two black kitty rescues. One is short hair. His name is Mozzie. The other one's long hair, Ziva. So when I saw the Fool, that kind of reminded me of me. And with the black kitty, I just fell in love with it. And I was like, yes. So that would be my newest acquisition, along with, because I got these both around the same time because of the pairing. And that will be this deck right here. It's an oracle. It's the Magical Botanical Oracle, and I will get to that in just a moment to share more with the pairing. Alrighty, so next question up is deck that isn't my usual style. Well, that would have been the Hush Tarot. But also I did acquire a different deck this year. I discovered Vixen. He is etherealtarot.com. He does shorts here on YouTube, and he is also does shorts on Instagram. And check out Vixen's story. He created his deck around the vision of shadow work, and he has some decks out. He has a ethereal tarot, and that is that right there. This is because I used to refer to the book so much and read another writer. I love reading what he writes and shares about his cards. because for a while he lived on the streets, and he had to, when in the process of healing and coming into spirituality, um, he created a deck that shows the balance of the light and the dark and the need for the dark to show us our light. And he's got some incredibly beautiful cards. Typically not my style because, sometimes images like this make me nervous. For me, it initially kind of felt kind of like, ooh, is that kind of, I don't want to go too far down but it just made me feel like a lower energy, demonic kind of like energy. I was raised Catholic, so I do have the concept of, the devil and all that. But for me, with my personal experiences growing up in houses, in a house or several that, did not have very good spirit, have paranormal, I can understand like the energy. So I kind of had to get past this, but I wanted to share this too because this card is really growing on me. And when I look at it, I think of the Grinch instead of green. He's like the black Grinch, the charcoal Grinch. But this is the King of Wands, and a beautiful reflection of the beauty of this deck. And yes, I've been using these. Is the Lover's card. So a real beautiful balance between the lights and the darks. And the only thing is, I wish the cards weren't so long. I have tiny hands, and so sometimes it makes it hard to shuffle his deck. He's got another one that's part of my pairing, and he just released a new one called Wonderland, and that you can find all that at ethereal.com. So moving along, favorite deck pairings. So I'll grab Vixen's right now because they're right here. So he also created something called the Obsidian Veil, and this is the shadow and transformative works of the powerful female oracles in history. There are goddess archetypes in here, or if you see them as an entity, a spiritual being. But there's goddesses in here. There is like Elizabeth of first. There is Joan of Arc. Mother Mary's represented in here. Santa La Muerte is in here. Just a very wide range of women archetypes, and even ones that were alive. Madame Laveau is in here as well. So quite the collection of images and cards. For the feminine, you have Brunhilde, La Llorona. I always say that wrong, La Llorona. These are the backs. I absolutely love the backs. These are one of my favorite backs. This one here, Marie Antoinette, is also listed in here. So Rapunzel. I know the goddess Nyx is in here, Persephone, and so a nice little smattering of different. Diana Bishop. No, was it Diana Bishop? I'm thinking of Discovery of Witches. Oh my goodness. Bridget Bishop, excuse me. Lilith is also included in here. The Fae. We have different cultures. We have Kitsune. She's Japanese fox. So even ones I've never heard of, like Tituba. So just really, and there again, there's Joan of Arc. Eve is also in here. So a wonderful variety of female archetypes to work with. And of course, what pairs well with this is the Ethereal Tarot. So great pairing for the both of those. So let me set these aside here. And I do have another deck, 2 decks. And of course, again, that is the Fyodor Pavlov deck. And it pairs very well with my Magical Botanical, which the artwork is done by the incredible Maxine Miller. Christopher Penczak is the author. And if you haven't seen Maxine Miller's statuary, this is how I discovered her first, was over the years when I was living in Arizona, the beautiful statuary of gods, goddesses, from different cultures, just exquisite work. And then she did a deck with Christopher, and it's just on botanicals. And her ink work, her illustrations are incredible. These are the backs, and even though I wish the images were a little bit bigger, you can get lost in them, and they're absolutely beautiful. So we have Blessing Hearts. We have my favorite out of the whole deck is the Belladonna. For me, she's very high priestess. And every time I see Belladonna, I think of one of my favorite albums of all time, Belladonna by the amazing Stevie Nicks. Wormwood, she's got. Angel's Trumpet. So just beautiful black and white illustrations. There are a few here and there that have a touch of color, very much in line with the touch of color with the Feodor. It's almost kind of like the same person almost created it. So it's been a perfect pairing. I get amazing reads because nowadays I like using Oracle with tarot, or the tarot with the Oracle. So I like the combination. I also do use Lenormand here and there. I have several Lenormand decks. They didn't quite make the list, although Lenormand does help. And I'll get a little bit to later on how I plan on moving forward in the future a bit with my channel with Lenormand. So let's see. Deck buy or accessory made. So I didn't make anything, but I can't pull up one item. But Allison, again, Aries Girl Tarot, does quilting, does an amazing sewing job, and she made me a placemat for my cards, which I can't pull up because everything's on top of here. And she also made me this beautiful pouch for one of my decks, and I keep my Jeremy Hush because of the animals of nature. And she created this for me because she knows how much I love deer. My dad loved deer, and so I just absolutely love this. She hand sewed it, just beautifully well done. She's a quilter again and a fellow crafter, and so that was my item made. Oh, and also I'm going to add really quick because it came in today. Is this an accessory? Yes, this is an accessory. So I received a wonderful cleansing and smudging spray created by the Miss Amazing and Beautiful Miss Tarot D in our community. And if you don't know who Miss Tarot D is, please check out her channel. And so I received this wonderful smudging spray from her today, along with some black salt. But this is going to be also, I want to include, even though this wasn't last year, this is going to be moving forward into the new year for cleansing my space when I read and some of my cards afterwards. Alrighty, so favorite deck backs. Alrighty, so let me just move this here. So my Artist Decoded has incredibly beautiful backs. Love that. I love the feel of the florals, of the crystals. I'm a very colorful painter, artist, so I love the color. And later on, like here you can see with this, just the colors in this deck are amazing. And I'll get to that in a second. Of course, the Magical Botanical has a beautiful back. It's an incredible back, and that's what they look like here. Beautiful, beautiful. So, alrighty. Deck with a great theme. Here we go. So, the Artist Decoded is an AI deck. And there is a place for AI decks. However, to me, all AI decks are not created equal. So I have to make sure that when I see them, if I feel them, they're right for me. They feel spiritual to me, and not just something to be kicked out, to make a quick buck on. For me, the Artist Decoded, because I am an artist, the artwork the art in this deck. So the artist himself is an artist. From what I understand, first of all, the writer is Jennifer Sodini, and the artist is Yoshino, excuse me. Now he is an artist himself, and he incorporated his artwork in working with the AI program, and he created the deck. Him and Jennifer created the deck to help not only teach, for the tarot to be able to give readings, but what I love is that it includes zodiac signs, the Kabbalah, the Tree of Life. But was truly amazing is they created this deck to help others tap into their creative potential. And so after each description of the cards, he gives something called Imagine, which is a creative prompt. And this can be from looking at certain artists from art history. This could be videos, movies, poetry, books, photography. So here I just opened up to the lovers. And the prompt for the lovers is, using the artistic medium of your choice, create a love letter to love in all its forms without using words. Need inspiration? Consider the following works of The Two Fridas by Frida Kahlo, The Kiss by Klimt, vignette number 2.25 by Carrie James Marshall, and Rayograph, The Kiss by Man Ray. So it's engaging people to create their own physical artwork, or if you are a digital artist, to maybe give you prompts to kind of maybe work in the physical to help bring that into your digital. So it's a great tool. It's a wonderful support. I absolutely love and highly recommend this deck. Now, the one thing I will say though is I'm not really big on borders, and a lot of this white border here just kind of irritates me a little bit, because I think if it was more like a black border, maybe the images were a little bit bigger, it would have done the artwork much more justice. But the art itself, it's colorful, it's beautiful, it's vibrant. Again, can't say enough about this deck. So let me move over here, and it says here, the deck you wish existed. Wow, I really don't know. Now, I'm a fan of the show Charmed, so maybe it would be nice if they did an actual Charmed tarot deck. Someone said they think there might be one in Canada, but I haven't found it. But other than that, the only deck that I wish existed was my own, actually. And I've been working on the last few months creating hand-painted original alchemy altar focus cards, intuitive cards to set on an altar or to contemplate using just my abstract art and color. So for what deck that that you would like to have doesn't exist, that would be my own. So I'm going to support and promote myself there on that one. Next up, number 10. Which card sums up this year? What card sums up this year? For me personally, the Tower. Let's find the Tower here in the Theodore. I probably should have thought of pulling that out. The Tower is just because things have really kind of come crashing down in and around me with certain relationships, home, it's health in some aspects, and so that Tower is leading to moving forward into a new place in my life, for our life, with me and my significant other. And why do I not see the Tower? It's like the Tower's like, you are not to be seen. So here, let me just so for me that would be the Tower. And it says here, my tarot practice reflection. Okay, so this year I'm doing a major relocation move. My significant other and I, Shan, he and I are going back to his home state of Oregon, and we're taking our kitties with us. So right now, everything is really in a major state of flux. And I think once I get out there and I get settled in, I get away from the negative energy and past memories and experiences here where I'm currently at, this will allow me to get more grounded, new energy, more positive, and moving forward with my art and with my tarot and my oracle readings. I am still going to be continuing doing my investigative tarots with Jackie. We look at true crime cases. Her and I have had some discussions about how to try to be even more respectful as possible, to to be able to help families and victims, and just give insight into cases. I want to bring more into my art. I've had to step back from my StreamYard paid plan to save money for the move. But again, once we get settled in, I would like to get back into having more collaborations, doing art. Jonathan Daly, and he has his channel, Jonathan Daly. Have been getting together on and off this past year, doing just live painting sessions or art sessions where we do our art. We talk to people in chat. We encourage people to bring their crafts and their art with them. Poetry is also another big part of who I am. And last year, Jeff Bailey and I had a show for a while together with poetry. We did amazing writings. We had people sharing incredible poetry in chat. Check out his channel, Tarot Ask Backwards. He does a lot of political, if that's your thing, and poetry in his shows. And so moving forward into this new year, once we get settled, I want to do the poetry again with my friend Karen. Care Bear, Bard of Cards. She's an amazing poet. She's a reader. She's learning astrology. So astrology questions, I was starting to do astrology with her last year, hoping to continue that forward this year. Once I get settled. And Ramon Moon Scarab, having him do the poetry too. We like to do creative collaborations together as well. Doing some more Divine Feminine with Nancy, looking at the Divine Feminine aspect, and supporting the Divine Feminine, the Goddess, and Bobby Fierro Tarot. We're talking about getting together, doing a collaboration. So for me, reflecting on this coming year, to get back into the collaborations, really just connecting with people that I resonate very well with and read with very well. And to pull a card for the new year. So let's grab from the... Why do I feel like I don't have the whole... Oh, there it is. There's the rest of the deck. Here, first of all, from the Fyodor, I just wanted to share the Hermit card. Now, apparently the Hermit, that's right, this year it's the Hermit card. 2025, I guess is the number 9. Last year was 8. So for the Fyodor, this is the Hermit card. And I love it's a woman. I love the crow on her shoulder. I'm starting to work with and look into the Morrigan. So I love the aspects of the Hermit, introspection, going within. For me, it's rediscovering oneself. And this coming year, that's definitely what I'm going to need to be doing, spiritually, artistically, physically, of where I'm at. So let's do a quick shuffle, shall we? Pull a card for the new year and see what we get. And hopefully I haven't made this video go too long. I'm not used to doing pre-recorded videos. I'm so used to doing my lives. So Temperance. So I think this is a great card for the new year. Temperance. A lot of changes coming up for us. I'm in the States, so for me, I know in our country, there's going to be a lot of balance needed. There's going to be a lot of patience with us needed here. A lot of us are not going to be happy with the new administration coming in, and a lot of us still feel we're at odds with one another. So I think this coming year, trying to find balance within ourselves, within our community, with our friends and family, trying to come together, balancing how we feel, what we believe, and still trying to maintain that sense of compassion and empathy for one another. The Temperance card is also the Art card, especially in the Thoth deck. So being very creative, seeing how we can balance our intuitive abilities, which is also connected to our creativity, tapping into our intuition and learning how to be grounded, more grounded to the earth, And so find that beautiful balance of connection to the earth, to our emotions, and allowing us to be able to hopefully communicate more from the heart. And, things of the arts, music, physical art, writing, poetry, a lot of that's the universal language. And I think a lot of barriers can be broken, um, and people can be brought together through the arts. And so that's what I have. I hope this wasn't too long. I say I'm at 30 minutes. So, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you again for your support this year. Looking forward to 2025. And we will talk to everybody later. See you on our next show. It's nighttime here, so have a good evening, everybody. Talk to you later.